Hi art lovers. This afternoon I'm going to talk about Hugh Sawrey, who's one of my specialty artists, and I love it when Hugh Sawreys come in. And in fact this one has actually come all the way from the UK. How amazing is that? It's so fantastic to have it back here in Australia on home soil, in the land where it was painted. Now, as I said, it's been painted by Hugh Sawrey, who was actually born here at Budrum, where my art studio is. So that's a lovely, another little element of this sale that I'm really pleased about. And it's called Yarning by the Wood Heap. And if we come into the painting, we can see the two blokes here on the property having a yarn, having a ciggy. It's probably smoko time. And it's one lovely thing about Sawrey is that he often puts really good titles for all of his paintings that give us clues about the location of where these particular paintings are from. And they come from memories from his time as a drover and a stockman. So everything that he paints is very authentic because it's actually part of his life, and these are memories of places that he's visited. Now, Tilbooroo station is out near Cunnamulla. It's actually 134 kilometres northwest of Cunnamulla, just west of the Paroo River. And obviously Sawrey would have visited this property during his time as a stockman and a drover. And in the painting, there's a little hut that's depicted, and it's over here on the left, and it's called Bob's Hut, or the Boundary Rider's Hut. Now, I think that it's named after who is currently the current owner of the property, Bob, who's now retired, and now the property is actually up for sale. And I love this in Hugh Sawrey's painting. He doesn't forget to include, the women and the children on the properties. They are very manly paintings in essence, but he never forgets women's contribution to the bush. And we've got funny little things over here like the washing on the line, the water tank on the tank stand, a horse here, a shed, rolled up barbed wire, and all the little things that make up living in the land. Of course, the wide open spaces with the sky and, the heat from living in those properties out there, the windmill, all those sort of lovely details. Now, because he's actually titled a painting and given us Tilbooroo as the location, there's some fantastic history in that one particular word. Because Tilbooroo station at one time was actually owned by Sir Sidney Kidman, who is known as Australia's great cattle baron. Now, Sir Sidney Kidman bought this property in 1909 from the London Bank, and he became the largest landowner in Australia and ran cattle across his vast empire of grazing land. And at one point he had 260,000 square kilometres of land in Australia. Now, to put that into perspective, that's bigger than the whole of the UK. So he was just a really quintessential figure in Australia's history. And just a little aside, Nicole Kidman, the actress, comes from the Kidman family. It's just a little bit of gossip for you. But it's really fantastic to actually have this painting for sale. It's a good quality work of Hugh Sawrey's because it dates from the later period of Sawrey's life, the 1980s and the 1990s, which are considered his best period. And in that period, the technique's just more developed. There's more paint on the canvas. He's using good quality materials, I'm pretty sure. This is a good quality canvas. And just in general, his style had really evolved to a point where he was painting very good work. Tilbooroo appears in a number of other of Sawrey's paintings, including one of the very largest works that he ever did. And it also is mentioned in a famous shearing song. So how much history is that in one word, Tilbooroo? We've got the history of our grazing in Australia. We've got Sir Sidney Kidman. We've got the individual history of the people who've lived on this property. And we've got Sawrey's history as well. So I hope you've enjoyed that, hearing about that really nice painting by Hugh Sawrey. It's depicted on my website as well, and you can go there to see little detail images of parts of the painting and get the complete size with the framing. And my website is tiffanyjonesfineart.com.au. Thanks very much for listening.